Hey everybody, welcome back to XCOM. This is Operation Mountain God. This is our first official mission. It's an assault mission, which is differing from the types of missions that we're going to get during Covert Actions. Anyways, we'll learn more about those probably after this one. This Protect the Device, moderate difficulty, 81 intel for grabs, which is a decent chunk this early on. We're taking out War Master, Tyrant, Raid, Treason, Ace, and Cuttlefish. We have a Frost Bomb that we bought. We bought a Flashbang, so we're bringing that on Ace, and hopefully that works out nicely. For a little bit of flexibility, we're running a Scattergun shotgun on our Sapper. We can't do any weapon attachments yet because we haven't researched Modular Weapons, but we have a good variety of things going on here. So let's rock and roll. I should have soldier logs starting to appear in the next episode or two, and then every episode going forward. Usually at the start of the season, it takes a couple to get some going. What I will be showing you, however, though, is a new overlay that I've worked on with the help of Kex. And basically what we're doing is showing you here the current roster, and if anybody's gone, we'll have them faded out in black and white, and if people are missing, we'll have them in red, just as a quick snapshot of like who's still in, who's out or missing.
Data is apparently critical to the aliens' latest operation, and they're already moving to destroy the device. We're heading in to make sure that doesn't happen. Take out any hostile targets nearby, secure the AO, and protect that device.
You got it, big boy. Now, protecting the device is always a little bit sketchy. Sometimes they're just gonna go ham and just start blasting. Other times, less.
Hostile forces are already moving to destroy the data tap installed nearby. We need to lock down the area and secure the device at all costs.
Okay, so couple of cool things we see from a tactical perspective. I'm looking at this ledge right here for Marcus to advance to. I think that would be phenomenal. Why don't we start just bringing... let's bring Jeanette up for a second. We'll just see if we get any eyes on anything, and we don't. So let's... do we want to go up top? Nah, let's keep her down. Let's scamper around the corner here. And boom. Oh, whoa. That is some armor. That is some armor.
They are stronger than ever, with an
well,
even greater psionic potential.
This should be fun. Where is our sniper, Marcus? I can't really get you into cover, which is a tad sad, if you ask me. But this will do for now. Ozzy, we could bring you up to the truck. I think up top I'm going to feel a little bit better.
Getting it done.
And Ethan, let's maybe tuck in here. We likely won't want to engage just yet until these guys are a little bit more settled. They're actually running. That's great for me. Okay, that's less great for me. It's a little neonate up there. Tyrant, I can move pretty much to this ledge now, and I want to say relatively safely, unless that pigeon decides to lose his marbles and alert people.
Moving.
Treason, I think I'm going to move up into the full cover here. Ace, we can move up. Cuttlefish, boom. Claudius, take this corner. I think this is all good. Oh, they're beelining out of here. Yeah, that's going to be annoying. Yes, it is. Okay, so we are going to set up Marcus with his brace here. And as a reminder, I'll try to go over some of the abilities as we see them for the first time, in case we want refreshers here. But basically, we're going to be able to use the sniper rifle and holo targeter at squad site ranges and grant a +8 tile bonus to vision and standard weapon range, as well as allowing access to effects from many sniping abilities and precision targeting. Moving will then cancel the brace. But for now, let's set this up here. And we're just going to sit in a hunker down position, I think. But I do want to engage soon-ish. You know what they say about cactuses? Always safe to hide behind. Oh my god, what a weird group. Don't love. Don't love that. I mean, the nice thing is we could frost bomb. We could just regular grenade and hit a bunch of them. So that's always positive, but that's a lot of potential issues to deal with right off the bat here. Let's tuck Olivia in here. War Master, I'm gonna need to get a little bit more involved, it turns out. Let's see. We could hack. We could hack, but I think we're gonna hold off on that for a second. We could hollow target. I don't know if hollow targeting will actually end up breaking concealment. I want to say, I don't know. This isn't the time to experiment, though. Not with this group.
Heading out.
Okay, so let's just drop a couple overwatches here.
Staying put.
This thing's been hit 3 times now. And they've split. Okay. That might actually work to our advantage. Let's be honest. I think we're gonna frag here. Shred some of that armor. Some of that armor. Wow. And then we're in decent positions to deal with other things. We have combat protocol. We'll wait and see where these guys go for the sniper shot. But I think this is as good a time as any to rock and roll with the cactus protection in full force. Surprise! I can't believe they have 3 armor. That's nasty.
Got some kind of mechs here. At least I think they are, underneath all that rust.
Probably the
Okay, so sectoid's definitely going to be a problem.
Take them down before they alert anyone else to our presence.
Definitely going to be a problem. I can't reach these guys via combat protocol just yet. I might have to do a little shuffle work here. Olivia, I'm tempted to move up to grenade this sectoid to remove that cover, but it will definitely trigger that other pod. She's also running that hunter's rifle, which isn't as powerful. We don't have quite the damage range, I don't think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Well, with that armor, it's problematic for sure. You know what? I think we're going to have to shred a bit. And then if I come back to here, I do have vision on this mech. One of the issues we're gonna have, maybe a blinding protocol. One of the issues we're gonna have is potential mind control. If we flashbang, we could probably stop that, but I do, if possible, I'd like to save that. 56 on the sectoid is not horrible. This is clearly much better. We'll see if we can finish off at least one mech here. Nice shot, buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
Can't handle. They're on to me.
Okay. And we do have stuns, but from this range, it's not going to be that useful. How do we want to handle this? I mean, I could come down here, but then we're in flank territory. This mech is most likely going to move up. Do we have the firepower to kill it is the question. Both of our shots would have to land. Activate to negate the negative consequences of any failed hacks and gain a 15 or a plus 15 hacking bonus for the tech specialist this turn. What is hypnography? Let's go take a look here. Is this like the mind control? Or, oh, it's reducing will. Yeah, no, that's not going to cut it for me. That's not going to do it. So we maybe go a blinding protocol. on the sectoid. I think that's probably our best bet. What kind of cover are we in here? It's not bad. I feel like we're gonna get blasted here. So I have to be a bit cautious. I don't really have a better full cover to position to move to. Raid might be able to move, so let's blind this. Our chances of killing the sectoid are not that high. Okay, so that's on cooldown for a while. Raid, I think I'm just gonna pull back. I want to split these guys. He might be able to hit both of these. But I could also probably... I mean, I could pull Ace back. I can move him up, but I don't want to trigger that other pod, so... Yeah. Tough go. Tough go. Let's overwatch this here. He's only got 4 health, which is very concerning. Let's overwatch here as well.
Got it covered.
Okay. Disorientation did not affect his aim too much there. It's a good hit. I mean, I'll take that.
Target, minimal damage.
I'll need a 4 damage here from the hat. We're not getting it. He did save us a little bit in the first mission, but... Oh, he's priming self-destruct. Okay. I love it. And we've drawn the attention of everybody else. Okay. We're gonna need some crowd control here. Flashbang's looking mighty nice at the moment. Oh, he had to reload his crossbow thing. Okay. Well, good news and bad news. Do have the Frost, the defensive mind, of course. Combat protocol. I can't combat protocol him? Are you kidding? Oh, we can't see him from here? We're being slightly blocked. All right. If I move over, we only have vision on the neonate Viper. Basically, I want to try and blow this guy up. Combat protocol is definitely a sure way to do that. I do have 6 health, so I could dangle a little bit if necessary. I don't know if that range is also going to catch this vehicle, which is something I'm kind of hoping it does.
Ricevuto, mi muovo.
Oh, beautiful. And we got the Viper off that. War Master. Very nice. Okay, Trooper. The Bio guys are not yet active, but they are going to be here next turn. No question at all. A Frost Bomb here, I feel, is a little aggressive. If I move up, I feel like if we move up, we're definitely going to trigger that Bio Trooper back there. So I think for now, it's smarter for us to just hold the fort. I can flip the coin on either of these. I might as well flip the coin here because then at least we get a kill if it lands. But where am I going to fit these guys in? I suppose we bring Ozzy up here.
Let's do this.
And maybe just drop some overwatches on these guys. This is our shotgun. We do have, of course, the defensive mine, but I don't see anybody running right at me at the time being. And I think I'm going to save this for when that other group is revealed here. So I guess that's the best plan that I can come up with. Let's overwatch here.
I'm on it.
Let's take the coin, the slightly advantageous coin flip on the Trooper. Come on, baby. Oh my god, he is hitting shots right now.
One down, thousands to go.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Arc thrower opportunity. I don't think I can reach this. Nope. So let's stay overwatched here.
Infiltration.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Well, he is running. He does not believe in our capabilities. Those shotguns, they have that 1 damage on the stock. The built-in stock, essentially. Resist. We got the resist, but what's he gonna do with this? He's gonna stand in the open and hunker down. Yikes. Okay, well, I think it's go time. I can't continue to keep blasting from way back here.
Tired of waiting around.
What are you guys doing in there? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I do have an aid protocol that we might be throwing down here. The only problem is the cover that we're in is probably not going to last very long. This trooper got armor as well. There's a mod that we're running where enemies will have a chance to gain armor if they're unarmored. This could remove 2 covers. The sectoid now has taken his mind control opportunity, so that's going to be on cooldown for a bit. The other option that we do have is moving... Where's... Oh, yeah, he's panicked, so we don't have our... We do not have our flashbang available. Cuttlefish, 4 health. I can't really gamble running across that far. Let's stick to this cover here. See those guys saying they're yelling there? That's like a yellow alert interaction where they can attract some attention here. So I'm thinking we got an aid protocol raid for now. Take the grenade, blow some of this cover. This is unfortunately my only option to actually hit the soldier and blow the cover, it looks like. So maybe something like this. I feel like this cover is not even guaranteed chance to fall there, so maybe we focus on the biotrooper himself. He's got the armor. Let's do something like this. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm still trying to see if I can finagle that extra
This is for you.
damage on the rock, but... That does open up the shot for the sniper. We're long range here. We could do 1 guaranteed damage. Of course, we do have the frost bomb, but I'm only hitting 1 in this scenario. Let's move up into full with War Master. Only 45 there. I think we're going to aid protocol raid. And then let's go for this cleanup. If we survive this turn, I feel pretty good. I'll feel pretty good. Frost bomb. I think I might actually... You know what? Let's move in here. Move up a little closer. It is another target, but we're full cover and we have a little bit more health. Can I get 2 of these guys? No. Is it worth frosting 1? The sectoid does have really good aim along with the captain, but I can't reach the captain, so there's not much I can do there. I think we're going to find it very unlikely that we freeze 2 enemies right now. So let's just frost the sectoid. It's 1 less shot to deal with. Cuttlefish, buckle up. God, I don't know what that device is at right now. Oh, these guys stacked up for me. Interesting. Oh my god. They're really hammering the device. I thought we'd distract them here, but they don't seem super interested. Shocking. Okay, I could flashbang the captain, which would be pretty decent, I suppose. Let's get our reload in.
Back online.
We won't be able to take a shot here, but I can hollow target something. So whatever we decide to do, let's keep that in our back pocket for now. I think I'm gonna try to blast this Overwatch somehow. I need a 6 healther to do it. That's the challenge. And anywhere that I would consider bringing War Master, like I would like to bring him up into Raid's position, truthfully. Can I dance out of here without triggering Overwatch? Is the question. I might be able to. We have to kind of stay around here. Now, this is going to trigger it. But I'm wondering if I, like, queue up something like this. It's still going to... Looks like he's still going to get that shot, which could be devastating. I need to get War Master in to grenade this. That would just be absolutely crucial. Treason, I could argue moving over here. It's not going to trigger the Overwatch. But it might let me move War Master in a bit closer. And then it's going to be close whether I'm hitting that or not. This position would definitely be better. Here's what I might do. I wish I could move these civilians out of the way. Let's use Treason to catch this Overwatch. Beautiful. We had the health to use anyway, but now we can hunker down if things don't look good, or we can finish, with a one-shot shotgun stock there.
Here I come.
So let's do a little shuffling.
Mi muovo all'istante.
Okay. Give it to me.
Granata lanciata.
Double the outhouse, double the fun. See you later. Okay. Now I have the hollow target there. We've got shots with Raid. 76 is actually pretty good. And we could hollow target the captain. This would be a kill. He's only frozen till next turn, right? Then he unfreezes. I think. The captain we're going to need 2 hits on, which is not impossible. Not impossible. And we have the flashbang capabilities. Just by moving up into here, I could hit this group, maybe not that biotrooper. And then Cuttlefish running the flank operation could come way down here into full. I think that's my play, unless I need to go for a finisher up here, but yeah. So I guess we're gonna start with this, seeing if we can finish off this sectoid. 1 action left. Yeah, let's go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Draining ammo fast.
Let's hollow target the captain. And now, if these guys... Well, yeah, okay. I don't know if we're gonna have it here. We would need to crit. Not impossible. Oh, and the well, I mean, it's possible. This is the shotgun blast at range, unfortunately, but ugh, it's rough, but it's okay. So now, knowing what we know, we're gonna be flashbanging this group. I'm just wondering if this is far enough. I don't know that I'm going to be able to hit the guy in the back. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. And I'd be moving up 1, 2. Here would be better, but I'm in half cover with 4 health, but they would be flashbanged. I think I'm going to take the full. We'll flashbang the front 2.
Light him up.
And try and be happy about it. Okay, and then Cuttlefish, playing the long game.
I'm all over it.
Crossing the now desolate street. An Overwatch. Yeah, classic. Eeh, 35, very nice. What's Trooper B gonna do here? Device hit? Man, I don't know what that device is at. But it is treacherously low. Kincaid does have the extra frag grenade, but let's see if we can finish off this captain. Oh, Tyrant!
Who's keeping score?
Tyrant is on a tirade. Impressive. Very impressive. Now, we do have a nice shot here. I think, again, we got to take a 6 healther. And we got to try and just tank this. Who's that going to be, though? That's the question. Got some serious mobility here. The problem is we're using the bullpup there. What's our stun chance? Not great. And I really do have to try and get in the back. All right, War Master, this is your job. Problem is, I don't know where I'm going to put you. For now. I could actually try and just get into a big flank position here instead of firing into full cover, which is going to be pretty unlikely being successful. And then we set up better for next turn. And actually, what I can then do is move her into a flank position here and try and take that shot. Okay, be brave.
Affermativo.
Oh, 0%, nice. So disorientation plus, I guess, the dash.
Posizione obiettivo confermata.
Now, how much health does this thing have? I still don't know. I still am in the dark. Love it.
On my way.
Nice hits, nice hits. Okay. The real challenge here is now, how do I think I'm all about setting up for the next turn right now, but there's not a ton of full cover. I can move up here into the leftover smoke, drop an Overwatch, which would kill this guy if he moves, but he might not. He might just sit there, but he is flanked, so he'll probably want to move. I have a 33% here. Raid doesn't really have a better spot to move to. We could, again, just Overwatch this. So let's do it. Let's move up here. We're gonna Overwatch. I think the thing can probably take at least another hit. I hope.
Rock and roll.
Get a reload in there. And, oh, I'm very tempted to move Aussie, though. I just don't have a good full cover spot. Like, I can move here, but then this is, like, easy trooper flanking. But at the same time, if he does move to flank, Treason's going to have that Overwatch. I'm going.
Solid copy.
There it is. Bye now.
Tu t'attendais à quoi?
Okay, it's got like... It's got a few more hits. 17 health left. And now we're in like a, what I would say is a pretty decent position here. We have flanks from the right side. Do I get right up in there? I mean, I guess I do, don't I? Oh! The crit, too!
Status confirmed. All
That was
hostiles are
beautiful,
down and the
squad.
area is secure.
Oh! That was... Okay. That was not looking good from the beginning. That was a lot of armor. That caught me off guard. And, that was a pretty scary batch of aliens. Very, very sketchy. Close range, sneakiest, kill stealer. Love that. 15 damage. Tyrant just dishing it out from above. Most high, heavy hitter, most exposed, overqualified. 21 damage there. 8 damage on Ozzy. Damage of 8 on Jeanette. Wanton destruction, most assists. We've got Ace here. 1 damage dealt, but it was a good bit of damage. Yes, it was. And Cuttlefish with 4 damage there as well. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, cool. Should we take mission photos? I know that a pose pack is being worked on to get some additional poses. Maybe we change our location. There we go. XCOM is back and Advent is doomed. Love it. Love it. We may see posters and stuff like that scattered around the landscapes from my testing and stuff.
I would like to
So keep your eye out for that. Maybe if you've showed up in previous tests, you'll be immortalized on a poster.
to prevent further attacks by criminal elements, such as the one that occurred today. The elders have total faith in all.
So we're probably going to get into learning about activity chains for covert infiltration right away here.
Executed to the highest standard.
Now that was really, that worked out very good. I'm happy about it. Lyrium cores, okay, cool. Bunch of trooper corpses. There's our 81 intel. We've got a bond already.
Boy, did Advent get their ass
Claudius and
kicked
Marcus.
today or what? Our ever vigilant
do it.
friends with the resistance took a big old bite out of our alien overlords, leaving
I love
an
it.
untold number of invaders
That's awesome.
slaughtered in their wake. It's always a good day for good news.
Low supplies, not surprised. Okay, let's do our promotions here. So first up, Claudius. What do we want to do next? Those ABC protocol coming in clutch there in every single way. Used every one, and that was very helpful. 1 point of regenerating standard armor. Regenerating standard armor can only restore 1 point of armor per turn. Will only begin regenerating when all other sources of armor have been removed. That's pretty nice. Will not restore shredded armor points from other sources such as armor suits and vests. Regenerating standard armor restores armor at the beginning of your turn. No limits to how many times it can be regenerated back from 0. We have low profile, which I feel would be even better if I'm going tanky. Free battle scanner could be pretty nice. I feel like with yellow alert, we're gonna see a lot of pod activations. So yeah, I don't know if we need that. Both of these are good, but I think making low profile have the same as full, or low cover be the same as full, that's hard to pass up right now. Okay, Tyrant. What do we see here? Lead the target. It's very nice. Take time to carefully lead a target, granting a 25% chance to hit, an extra 25, but delaying the shot till the enemy's turn. Only takes 1 action, must be braced. Shire did say that his description for this, he wants to clean it up a little bit. It's just a little bit overbearing. It's considered a reaction shot taken on the enemy turn when the target moves or acts. It does not suffer the aim penalties normally associated with reaction fire and can critically hit. It will trigger on attacks as well as movement similar to covering fire, but will not trigger if the enemy only takes defensive actions such as reloading or hunkering down. Lead the target will ignore lightning reflexes entirely, and for a unit with Shadow Step, will trigger on an attack, but not on movement. Because lead the target's shot is considered a reaction shot, it can be interrupted, and only requires one action. I really like this. The nice 25% boost is huge. More maneuverable optics allow the marksman to utilize their sniper rifle and hollow targeter at squad sight ranges without setting up a brace, which is very flexible. And then blindside, if we want to go more this scout route, take a subsonic shot that will disorient the target, only deals 50% damage or 75% damage on critical hits. If concealed, the shot will not break individual concealment, though it will break squad concealment. So this is actually really nice. The disorientation is huge. You're dealing less damage, but you can just be really annoying if you stay concealed the entire time. Damn, that's kind of a tough call. I think for our initial setup, I'm gonna run lead the target, more of a true hunker down, full-on sniper build. He's also got low profile in the XCOM tree, so that's kind of nice. Anyways, we'll see how that plays out. Aussie, let's go for some promotions here on our field medic. Adrenaline Rush. Activate to gain additional non-movement action that can be used after dashing at the cost of a 33% damage penalty for the remainder of the turn. An additional non-movement action. So I could trigger this, dash, and then have a shot or use any of our other abilities. Once per turn after landing a standard shot on a flanked or exposed target that would end your turn, gain a movement-only action. Very situational, but could be good. And Shadow Step, and a 5 bonus to dodge, allows free actions granted from activating emergency aid or rapid deployment to be used after dashing. So here's emergency aid. Where's rapid deployment? After activating the next grenade thrown or launch this turn will not cost an action. Okay. Allows free actions from emergency aid or rapid deployment to be used after dashing. I think I'm okay with the 33% damage penalty here. Usually if we're running gunning something, we're trying to finish something off. So let's go for it. All right, these guys are understandably a little tired. What else is in here? Oh, so these guys came back and got their promotions too. So Ace, you are going to be a tech specialist. Welcome, welcome. Loving those protocols. Congratulations. And Cuttlefish, you are a Marine. Very happy to have a Marine. This class is super good. Can do a lot of stuff as well. And I think you can use them with heavy guns. So when you pair that with stuff like suppressive fire, you get the bigger cones and things like that. So yeah, super cool. I should actually show the ABC part of this, or the, proficiency part of this. Gain the ability to set a minimum chance to hit before reaction shots can be taken. So 0, 33, or 66. So this is a huge buff to their Overwatch ability. Reaction shots can critically hit and receive a 10% aim bonus. Rifles receive this bonus on all reaction shots, but cannons and machine guns only receive this on suppression reaction shots. And then at rank 3, the aim bonus for reaction goes up to plus 15. Weapon magazines gain an extra round. And at rank 6, the reaction shots go up to plus 20. Very nice. The aim bonus for cannon machine gun suppression reaction shots applies to both single target and zone suppression abilities, as well as the shots triggered from no man's land. Cool. Awesome. Let's get back to work. Crew limit. Okay, on board the Avengers, space is precious, but everyone needs their own bed for optimal recovery. You're limited in how many personnel can be maintained at once by the crew limit. Every soldier, scientist, and engineer counts towards the limit. Other crew members are not counted. Robotic units such as Sparks or some units from other mods do not count towards the limit, which we will definitely be using. We will definitely get some Sparks in here. For each person over the limit, the will recovery time for all soldiers is increased by 10%. That's pretty major. The penalties can quickly become crippling, and all efforts should be made to avoid exceeding the limit. The crew limit can be increased via upgrades in the living quarters, the room below the commander's quarters. These upgrades are resource and power intensive. The current status of the crew limit is visible in the top right corner of the screen in the living quarters, recruiting, and geoscape. Bradford's recommendation, Commander, the consequences for overloading the Avenger are severe. We should plan ahead to ensure that each person has their own bunk as we expand forces. So I think we're at 20 right now. Yeah, we're at 20 on 30. We do need supplies. We started scanning for rookies. We have all of these extra things running. No additional covert ops have popped. So let's go back to scanning for rookies. Now, one thing as well that I should point out. My, oh, that was weird. My recovery time for the commander, I think it showed as like 7 days originally. But that's because we started with the Templars and we're sitting at the HQ, so we reduce healing times there.
What can I do
so
for you, Commander?
it was increased after the fact when we left the Templar headquarters. Okay, this is all good.
I got a report of some creaking down by the aft lift yesterday.
Is that right, Shenny? Shenny baby.
Much of my own research based upon this simple design. If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing. There's been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull. My analysis reveals that its primary function was that of a conduit, passing a vast amount of data directly to your cerebral cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost. Several fragments do remain, however. Ghosts, if you will. Observe. Tactical combat simulations. War games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did. Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a medical implant I briefly assisted in developing at the gene therapy clinic in New Providence. My understanding was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only, captains or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only way to know for certain. A greater understanding of these implants would undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
Well, that's why we did it, Tygan.
New objective added.
That's why we did
The
it.
Advent officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders psionically. The implanted chip is the key.
So the other cool thing that this does, it unlocks the sectoid autopsy, which gets us into Psionics Ex Machina, which gets us into psionics, which is kind of nice. We are going to go with modular weapons next.
I agree. That is an important task, Commander.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
And then when this is done, we start building our infirmary, if money allows it, which it might not. Supply drop in 17. We could go down and scan for money there, but it's not a lot.
Interesting discoveries,
Commander.
So now we can attach weapon upgrades. We'll go into hybrid materials as well.
I will send word as soon as we have something of note.
Our
I recovered.
soldiers took some
Very
hits during
nice.
The most recent covert action.
Ooh.
The word from the medical team is they'll all be fine.
Okay. Fatigue from covert actions. Just like missions, covert actions will affect your soldiers' willpower. If they lose too much, they'll end up tired and they won't be able to deploy in another covert action until they've recovered. While covert actions can be an easy way to gain rewards, you should be careful about how many you attempt at any given time. Not all covert actions are worth the risks. Commander, we'll need to pick our targets carefully. Deploying lots of soldiers will leave us exposed and other more time-critical missions appear. Ain't that right? So we gave that extra free promotion here. We knew the rookie would get promoted, so congrats, Liberty. The commander is back. Let's look at the promotions here. I don't even know if I don't think we covered off how this class has been reworked in the first episode. So Templars now, they have psionic conduits. The focus mechanic works like this. The Templar can harness energy from enemies they kill and use it to cast powerful psionic abilities. Come on, Central.
Than your average trooper.
Other Templar abilities can grant additional benefits based on the amount of stored energy. Templars are armed and armored with conviction. Many of their abilities are guaranteed to hit, and they have a chance to partially deflect incoming attacks, reducing the severity of any hits received when successful.
Really is connected to the ones Advent's been using in their captains.
Templars can periodically empower their abilities, channeling additional energy into their psionic abilities to trigger more powerful effects. So, at rank 1, maximum amount of stored energy is 3. This goes up to 4 and 5 at ranks 3 and 6. The chance to partially deflect incoming attacks starts at 20%. Goes up to 25 at rank 3 and goes up to 33 at rank 6. At rank 3, we start the missions with an extra energy already stored. So super nice there. So I already have Rend, which is their basic attack. They have Brand, where we can permanently weaken enemies against incoming attacks, granting the Templar a 50% chance to harvest the target's energy on death, regardless of how they die, which is a nice change. Gives an extra 10% chance to hit. If we do this while empowered, the target will suffer an additional 1 damage, an additional 1 damage when crit. So yeah, that's a nice little boost to the squad, actually. And then Empower, which activates the next energy ability used will be empowered, costing an additional energy to cast, but grants those extra effects. So now we can go into Volt. Channel energy into a focused electrical lightning strike, dealing increased damage, approximately plus 50% to robotic enemies. This is guaranteed damage, which is probably what we're going to pick early on. If we empower it, it's going to deal 25% additional base damage to all targets and bypasses any shields or armor. Dang. No cooldown. Yeah, that is very good. That's very good. Parry, which is amazing. Defensive shield, deflecting all damage from the next incoming attack that would hit the Templar. At 1 energy cost, deflect all damage from the next attack. And at 2 energy, parried attacks will reflect all incoming damage back at the attacker. So if you empower this, that's really nice. Can be activated with movement only or momentum action points. So after you rend, then you could parry. Can be activated with standard action points when moving into rend is not desired. Some special attacks, such as the Hunter's Tracking Shot, cannot be parried. Missed attacks will not use up parry activations and will not be reflected back at the attacker if empowered. Ooh, that's a tough call. Guaranteed damage right now is super nice, especially if we see those mechs with 2 billion armor. Psi Strike, hit an organic enemy with a ball of psionic energy that will deal a small amount of guaranteed damage, knocking the target back, disorienting, or stunning. It's guaranteed to hit. What's the cooldown? Do we know? Once per turn, not automatically end the turn. Damage bypasses shields and armor. Cannot target. Okay, so this is different from Volt. Psi Strike damage scales with the tech level of equipped gauntlets. Another thing we're going to have to learn about later. Psi Strike at 2 energy has a 50% chance to stun the target instead of disorienting. Okay, so it always goes for disorientation. When you empower it, it gets the chance to stun. Psi Strike's impairing effects will disable the target's ability to use sustain. Oh, interesting. Psi Strike will deal bonus damage to psionic enemies and is guaranteed to stun them if not immune. All when empowered. Damn. So these are all so good. This is the safe option for sure. 100%. But being able to kill things is really nice. Being able to kill things is really nice, he says. Good strategic thought process. I think we're gonna go with Volt for now. Oh, she's gifted level combat intelligence. That's gonna be huge because we got to get this Blade Storm going at some point. We got Lightning Hands, Sidearm Specialist, Quick Draw, Bomb Belts, and Gunslinger. Can use movement or action point actions to fire or overwatch with their pistol. Huh. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. And Liberty Bell? What are you? A field medic. Okay, cool. We have a couple of medics out there. Happy to have them. So what's our current breakdown? We have 1 commander, 2 field medics, a marine, a marksman, a bunch of rookies, clearly, a sapper, a tech specialist, and a Templar. Is there any that we're missing? Medic, marine, marksman, that's 3. Tech specialist, sapper. Yeah, we're missing like an assault infantry. We need an assault infantry soon. That would be great. Okay. Oh, I was like, that's weird. The debris is cleared. That gave us a little bit of supplies. It's 84. Infirmary needs 175. Let's just start. Let's start clearing here. I'm not going to race for this facility to be up and running. This is a little bit of income plus some space. And we'll see who these rookies are. Devin Hughes and Isabel Sponsler. Hey, we know Sponslers from the past. For sure. Let's wait and see for this to load here. Devin Hughes. Okay, we'll go read about them in a second. Ooh, an engineer. Gotta do it. I wanted to go for the cashier, but if I can snag an engineer, I'm gonna be all over that. 100%. It's gonna up our crew size, but we'll deal with it. First thing we're gonna do though is let's go meet these new soldiers. Devin, Spectre, Hughes. Ooh, they both got very unlucky on not created equally. 3 health. Pretty rough, but we'll likely send them out on another mission, like on a covert action mission. So they'll get some promotions. Everybody is now available to fight if something happens. But Devin, Spectre, Hughes. Let's learn about you, shall we? Okay. Report written by Alex C.T. Wood aboard the Avenger 2035. Devin Atlas Hughes, country of origin, Poland. Date of birth, March 7th, 2010. Devin Hughes is the son of Neil Septic Hughes, who was a former XCOM soldier who defended Earth in the initial invasion and was killed shortly after the invaders' victory. After his father's death, Devin and the rest of his family were arrested and imprisoned for nearly 18 years. While imprisoned, they were experimented upon. What exactly those experiments were is unknown. During this time, Devin's mother was killed and 2 of his siblings were taken away to other places. He presumes that they are dead. Eventually, Devin was able to escape along with the help of his oldest sister, and the 2 of them spent the next 1.5 years running from Advent until they were separated. From then until he showed up here, he was on his own, scavenging and sneaking his way through Advent-controlled places. Now that Devin has joined up with XCOM, not only does he hope to get his revenge against those who've destroyed his family, but also trying to find his sister and reunite with her. Extra notes. Devin paints his weapons blue because it was the same color that the weapons and armor his father wore. This is also the same reason his tattoos are blue. Due to his time on the run, he's extremely skilled at stealth and close quarters combat. He's also a scavenger and made all of his armor and gear from parts he's found on his own. He could be an assault infantry, if I had to guess. Yeah, nice revenge tale. We'll keep a lookout for your sister too. Blue tats, blue gear, teal gear, blue gun. Very nice. Welcome to the squad. And Izzy Sponsler looks pissed off. Very angry. With her parents dead and her triplet siblings unaccounted for, Izzy endured psi training to aid in the search for the only family she had left. This training altered her appearance. She became afflicted with acute neuralgia, intense bouts of pain in the nerves of her neck, in her head and neck, which I guess why she's so like twitchy. A condition is sometimes crippling. Downside, however, were well outweighed by the benefit that only a child of multiples would seek out. Every so often, Izzy experiences thoughts, feelings, and even physical sensations due to the telepathic connection that her brother and sister have shared since birth. The psi training has magnified these phenomena, just like she had hoped. She takes comfort in knowing that as long as this continues, Liam Sponsler and Sophia are still alive. Sponsler. Sponsorers everywhere. Maybe over time it could prove to be the key to finding them in a ruinous landscape that Earth has become. Izzy finds solace when reminiscing of family dinners together, laughing, arguing, and sometimes crying over issues that are no longer pertinent. Izzy longs to refill 2 of the seats at the table and dine on the flesh of the invaders with her remaining kid. It's really cool that both of them have like these missing siblings that they want to reunite with or avenge.
To gain a position with the Advent government early on, if only to
Okay, now I do have a bunch of soldiers available, so I think what we're going to do is send some in to try and uncover the black market here. It's going to take 20 days, and we're going to send in a couple of rookies. This will give a hacking bonus. I mean, it would obviously be nice to give this to a tech specialist, but by the same argument, it would be really nice to bring these guys on missions because they have abilities. But maybe in this scenario, we send one. Let's send Ace. We'll keep our top-ranked tech specialist for a mission. And then we'll send in a rookie here, William Hunter Pierce. So you can see we're up to 21 days for this. This is a long time. It's a long time, but getting to the black market will be helpful as well, so... infiltration hours -2. You can see on the right here, this is something we need to be considering. The bullpup. Okay.
My followers will lead this action to victory.
I do not think I could have predicted this.
Hybrid materials, done.
it is.
Nanoscale vests are available. Lab construction breakthrough. Not the greatest breakthrough of all time. Not the greatest breakthrough of all time. That said, if I don't take it... Am I ever going to build these? I feel like I rarely build labs. It's only 10 days, but... Nah, I'm not going to take it. I think we'll go sectoid autopsies here.
Though I was never witness to one myself. Countless observers attest to the existence of a much smaller, less intimidating variant of the sectoid that took part in the original invasion. In the time since, this new being, the product of clear genetic manipulation, is now a familiar face to our forces operating in the field.
I hate them.
I must admit, having successfully completed the...
Getting a lot of research done.
I'm sure you will find the results to be as intriguing as I do, Commander.
Mind Shield, Psionic Ex Machina.
Evolution over the past 20 years is a
so for this,
to both the aliens' mastery of genetic engineering and their pursuit of advancement, regardless of the risks.
We need to find Illyrium crystals and crystallized meld. And then you can see here, experimental psionics PCS, experimental psionics gems, crystallized meld extraction, experimental psi, alien black flame grenade research, basic psiamps, and advanced psiamps. So this is a bigger research project that we can't do yet. I almost wonder if, I don't know if I want to, well, yeah, this gets us into a bunch of other autopsies.
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
Okay.
Our action together is complete.
Couple of med kits. I'll happily take that, plus some promotions on Marie and Danil. Okay. Now with covert action or covert infiltration, a lot of this stuff seems like it takes up a lot of time, but as we get contacted to more regions, we'll have more like actual missions pop up as well. Marie Gentil Lebrun, what are you gonna be? A Marine. I'll take it. Very cool. We just learned about them. Congratulations. And Danil. Marksman. Yeah, you look like a marksman. Awesome. You know what? We might build you as more of like a scouting marksman using some of this tree. Specifically, Blindside looks fun. Stalker's cool. Yeah, we could kind of go like that Reaper-ish route. There we go. Okay. New covert actions. So these are activity chains. I mentioned this a bit earlier. An activity chain is a set of activities that must be completed in sequence to gain a large reward at the end of the chain. These activities can include assault missions, covert infiltrations, and covert actions. While the main rewards are usually given at the end of the chain, the earlier missions are still beneficial for XP and loot and often include secondary rewards. Activity chain stages are semi-randomized. The structure of each chain in the final stage is usually the same, but the mission types and rewards of the prep stages will be varied. Activity chains are discovered over time by resistance informants and presented to XCOM for analysis. For more info, click on the View Chain button at the top of the screen or visit the commander's quarters to open the chain overview. Commander, we don't have the luxury of hitting Advent's big targets right away. We'll need to gather intel, distract the enemy before moving in on our main objective. Cool. So you can see up here, resistance informants. At the top right of the screen, you can see the current number of informants, 350. These resistance sympathizers hidden in Advent-controlled areas are the key to XCOM's global operations. Informants gather data and report back to XCOM, revealing new opportunities for our soldiers to investigate. With our current number, you can expect our informants to uncover a new activity chain about every 2 weeks. The Advent administration in our starting region is already completely penetrated. If you want to increase the number of resistance informants at your disposal, you'll need to contact new regions or build more radio relays. Commander, we should make extending the resistance network a high priority. Without Advent targets to hit, we will run low on essential supplies and deprive the troops of fighting experience. You got it. So then you can come in here and see like some of the things that we've already done, what are ongoing. Very cool. So we're investigating reports of treason. Word from our informants is that Advent has recently arrested a high-profile academic for unpatriotic thoughts. In order to rescue Dr. Sophie Hoffman, engineer, we need to find where Advent's keeping them. Exceptional. Moderate risk of a soldier wound here. This will grant mobility, and we can negate the soldier wounds if we want, but because we can send rookies to this, I think I'm okay with risking that. Let's go for a boost on somebody fast already. So Peppa Bear. And Peppa Bear, you can go out with Hexan. Good luck. Good luck out there. You'll need it.
Understood, Commander. My followers will appreciate the support of your soldiers.
Some of our people are
skirmishers, boom, boom.
After that last covert action, but if we give them time to rest, they'll be fine.
You know them as they were, the soldiers of Advent. Now they are free to choose.
Hello.
If you stay your course, Commander, they will stand with you until the end. My kind were once the puppets of Advent, slaves to the Elder's twisted vision.
Let's go meet him.
Now, slowly we are free, and all who see their bonds broken are driven to fight the Elders with a rage that cannot be stopped.
Betrayus Mastermind Zool.
We will destroy all that the Elders value.
Interesting. Betrayus Mastermind Zool. Now, is this... I wonder if this didn't pull from the pool correctly, and if that's the case, then we'll re-add it. But I'll double check after this episode. Once one of the, because sometimes faction soldiers are a bit weird with the pool, I don't know why. Once one of the first Advent generals known to the Resistance, Zool retained much of his tactical abilities after being disconnected from the Advent network by the Skirmishers. Zool was able to quickly rise to the Skirmishers' ranks and lead a campaign against several of the Advent generals he worked with in his past. Feeling that his knowledge of Advent tactics are becoming outdated, Zool has chosen to return to the field deployments. I don't know what like a normally generated one is. But Betrayus Mastermind Zool sounds awesome. Looks awesome. So I hope it's correct. The way that these guys work, so this is really neat. So their build-up focus mechanic is by shooting their primary weapon. You channel it into special heat sinks in the Ripjack that will increase its damage and critical chance. Other skirmisher abilities can grant additional benefits based on the amount of stored heat. So you gain plus 7.5% crit chance on Ripjack attacks for each level of heat, and plus 1 damage on Ripjack attacks for every 2 levels of heat. Direct shots with a primary weapon add plus 2 heat, reaction shots add 1, and you can store up to 8. Heat will dissipate at the start of each turn. Each unit of stored heat will increase the chance by 20% to lose 1 heat. When the chance is over 100% for high heat levels, any overflow is re-rolled for additional heat loss. So you can't just sit there at max. You're gonna have to balance out using your shots, but then going in for the Ripjack attacks at higher crit chances and higher damage. At rank 1, you have the integrated Grapple. Each use of Grapple abilities will cause the skirmisher to lose 1 heat. At rank 3, Grapple ability allows the skirmisher to pull an enemy, delivering a Ripjack strike. And at rank 6, you get Wrath. Grapple ability allows the skirmisher to move to an enemy, delivering a Ripjack strike. So that's cool that those are integrated just by leveling up and not perks throughout the tree. But yeah, those are the skirmishers. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Let's do a promotion here on the Cook. A Sapper. Love it. Love a good Sapper. And Assault Infantry. Come on, Stephanie. Come on now. Field Medic. Okay. If this was Assault Infantry, this is probably a scenario where I'd override that, but we're just not getting it. That's okay. We'll be patient. You can never have too many medics, right? Or can you? Oh, hold on. Hold on. We got a new month ticking over here, so hold on a second. Experimental items, breakthrough research for modular bullpups. Adding an additional upgrade slot to all weapons of this type? Yes. Moderate risk of soldier wound. We will take that. You know what? We could throw another rookie in here to gain experience. This is mobility +1. So let's go Sponsler here. Oh, we have to send a scientist. You know what? Let's go for it, actually. And then we'll throw in another rookie. Let's throw in Words. It's gonna take a long time to negate that. How long is this without? It's just only 1 extra day. But he'll probably get promoted out of this.
We will work hand in hand with our new allies.
Combat intelligence would be okay. And here there's some ambush potential. These would be nice, but if we get ambushed, it's really bad. So the only way I would consider this is if we sent 2 of our fastest units. Like our absolute blasters. Danil would have to go. Commander would be up for grabs. I don't want to send War Master. We'll see. We'll see if we can find some spots to make this work. I'm just really worried about being ambushed and or captured. So supply drop in. Oh.
Nothing on the local comms.
Here we go. This is why you need to keep people available.
We have you to thank for that.
Our pleasure, Den Mother. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification.
Massive signal coming from the Advent Network Tower. It's global. Sir, I think you want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end. Even as I speak to you today,
You've got incoming on approach.
Your signal's breaking up.
Territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you.
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again.
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get your people out of there!
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
God, I miss this game. I miss it. Alright, Commander, some missions have unique modifiers and special conditions. We know about sit reps. The Lost are here. Oh, great. Great.
Setting course for Mexico.
Absolutely phenomenal. But we've got a lot of people on the sidelines right now, so this is fine. We're okay with this.
Commander, you should be aware. We're detecting lost activity.
It's gonna be rough.
Area. Our forces will need to be especially vigilant.
Okay. Let's... Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, we need to take our best. Absolutely. We need explosives for sure. Frost bomb is great. This actually worked out kind of nice. The way I'm approaching this is once she's out of the grenades and we can start bringing her in closer, we have that guaranteed 1 damage at least on the scatter guns. We also have now our basic speed loader. I think I'm going to give that to our marksman though. Speaking of, Tyrant is definitely coming out. And let's put the speed loader in there so it doesn't break the brace. We also have that lead the target now. What else do we want to do here? Our Templar for sure. We want to go med kit. We are running a mod where if a soldier goes down and they have a med kit on them, somebody can move in and stabilize them using the med kit on the downed soldier. I think that's such a neat mod that just makes a lot of sense. Do I go with 2 sappers? Definitely gonna take a Marine, no question. The question here is, do we want to bring cannons? Her mobility is already extremely low. So if we take this, we're going down to 9. We could go a light machine gun. Oh, that's the yeah, it's the same as the cannon, isn't it? It's just the legacy pack variant. Let's just do the old world assault rifle, because I like how that looks. We've got the sawed-off shotgun as a secondary. Marksman, Sapper, Templar. They all have 6 health too, which is quite nice. Claudius could be a good option with low profile and 6 health as well. Pretty quick. We can give these guys rifles too. Sniper rifles. I kind of like the +2. That's another thing we could consider on those potential ambush missions, is giving our guys bullpups and having them just run super quick. Who else should join this? Maybe our new skirmisher or commander would be good. Or our field medic, Ozzy, should probably be here. What's everybody's aim? I wish I could kind of see that at a glance here, but... Let's go med kit. Our tech specialist with the ABC protocol is going to help a lot. Our Marine, as it stands currently, is going to be good for Overwatch stuff. Suppressive fire. That could help. Templar for some guaranteed damage. We have a little bit of guaranteed damage on the tech specialist. We have our marksman, who I want to say is guaranteed. We have explosives and a frost bomb. We have lost here, so explosives with a grain of salt, but this could be interesting. How this goes down. I think this is the squad I'm gonna roll with. I think this will work for us. Okay, guys, Operation Demon Giant coming up next. Thank you so much for watching. Most episodes will not be this long, but as we continue to get new soldiers and we're uncovering new, what's the word I'm looking for? Proficiency classes and learning about new mechanics, then those are going to take a little bit longer. But usually we'll be able to do them under an hour, I would say. But hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Wish me luck. I'm sure it'll be spicy. Bye.